I met this girl on Tinder. Her name was Taylor. She was like a rich girl boss type. She was a foodie. She knew I was broke and asked me if I wanted to go to this exclusive restaurant on a private island operated by this celebrity chef named Julian Slomovic. I said I was down. We show up and we're on this tour with the food critic girl and her editor. A movie star, Steven Seagal, 3 finance bros. One tour guide looked at me and she started complaining to my date. She was like, "Taylor, this is not your designated guest." Taylor shrugged it off and she said, "My last boyfriend, we got bad blood. Yeah, we got problems." I just waved awkwardly. Tour guide spotted the broke vibe around me or something. Fast forward, we're at dinner. Slomovic brings out these weird ass dishes with no food on them. I'm a picky eater, so I don't eat any of them. Looking at some of this food and I'm like, no wonder Taylor's skinny as fuck. She don't eat. Third course comes around. Everybody has custom tortilla art except for me. I feel kind of bad that the ex-boyfriend of Taylor didn't get his personalized tortilla. No wonder the tour guide felt some type of way. She was like, all this work in this tortilla and it's not even gonna make sense. Taylor saw my tortilla and she was like, "Don't worry, I see a blank space. I'll write your name." The fourth course, the soup chef, Jeremy, kills himself. Kinda unnecessary. I would have preferred a mariachi band for entertainment, but I guess that doesn't do it for rich people. All of a sudden, Andy Tater gets up and he starts making this big show. Says something like, "You guys are lucky I don't have my machete on me, but even without it, I can take all you. My power level is 1000, even with smoked lungs." In the blink of an eye, these 2 buff chicks hold him down and cut his arm off. He drops to the floor and he's rolling around in his own blood. Chef Slomovic kicks him and shouts, "What color is the Bugatti you can't drive anymore?" I'm thinking this must be staged because this dude looks like a professional actor. Steven Seagal is just here so we don't connect the dots that there's more than one actor. Maybe this is just to enhance the dining experience. Maybe fear makes eating nothing taste better. I feel bad they felt the need to do this twice in a row though. The show must be flopping. Later we see Slomovic's angel investor outside being drowned. That's when it finally clicks for me. Hold up. Something ain't right. Something's wrong here. Cause he can't fake drowning. Fifth course has some drama cooked up. We find out Slomovic used to harass employees. Catherine, his employee that he was harassing. She stabs him and he just stands there and takes it. Later they take us all outside and they say they're giving the men the chance to escape if we can outrun the staff. I say I'd rather just stay on the island. I don't even see a boat or anything. I'm just gonna get my suit dirty. They insisted I play the game, so I just circled around the island. I overheard Catherine being offered money to start her own restaurant, and she revealed that she was the one who suggested killing everyone in the first place. I kept walking and was thinking to myself, why not just quit the job? Why not hold them for ransom and flee the country? How did she convince all of the staff to go through with this? None of them left? Eventually the staff found me and we just walked back to the dining area. I asked them these questions and they're like, "'Cause Catherine is hot. When you're beautiful you can do no wrong." Then I thought about the reason I was here and I saw no lie. If Taylor wasn't hot, I wouldn't be here. Really puts things into perspective. Slomovic explains that each guest was invited because they contributed to him losing his passion for cooking or because they make a living by exploiting the work of food artisans like him. He said Andy Tater made him hate his nephews. Ty Lopez contributed to him ruining his books because he kept them in his garage. The guy that made Rich Dad, I forgot what his name was. Rich Dad made him waste money on a book he thought was a romance novel. He said he thought... he said... Honestly, looking at the cover, I can't exactly blame him. And I guess he just didn't like Steven Seagal. I don't know why he was there. He just didn't like Steven Seagal. I feel like he should have just started his own show on the Food Network and film it at this island if he wanted to quit. Game ending is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. If you feel some type of way, call this number on the screen. Or at least take yourself out only. All this is extra. He announces that everyone will be dead by the end of the night. Slomovic finds me and gives me the choice of dying with the staff or the guests. I hesitate, so he chooses the staff. I reveal that I work at Subway, so I know the struggle. Slomovic, moved by this, tells me Taylor knew we were all gonna die, but she kept it secret and invited me on this date because Slomovic doesn't seat lone diners. I crash out hard. Taylor, what the fuck? She says, don't pretend this was a mystery. Think about the place where you first met me. So all this was a game? We never had a shotgun shot in the dark. You're insane. I was breathless for real. But looking back, she kind of had a point. We met on Tinder. I should have known better. Slomovic was mad for me. He said, come cook over here since you're a food expert. Taylor gets up. She tries to cook. Slomovic points out every flaw, every mistake. Then he says this. That's the problem with this generation. Girls born after... What year were you born again? Taylor just looks at him and she whispers in his ear. Then he whispers back. Whatever he said must have been devastating because she started crying. Which is kind of crazy because, that goes to show violence doesn't really change a person, because Catherine stabbed him and he's still acting like this. He didn't learn his lesson. Slomovic asked me to go to the smokehouse and get a barrel needed for dessert. He has a lot of staff, but apparently none of them can get it. It has to be me. On the way there, I sneak into his house instead. I'm attacked by the tour guide. I kick the table at her and throw a knife at her. She dies. Allegedly. This is a real story, so this is just between you and me, audience. I keep snooping around to find a way to escape, and I enter this hallway and see Slomovic used to put the fries in the bag and was happy doing it. I kept going and I found a radio and called for help. I go to the smokehouse and bring back the barrel. A Coast Guard shows up. We're all happy, even though he's literally just one person and none of the staff care about their lives. But instead of the staff sneaking up behind him and killing him, like I thought, I'm like, you're one guy, where's your backup? It turns out he's staff 2. Staff 2. I guess they were prepared in case someone called for help, even though they didn't know I was going to show up here, or that Slomovic would tell me to fetch a barrel. I guess they expected the hide and seek game from earlier was going to be more challenging for them. At this point, I kind of gave up all hope, so I called out Slomovic. Your cooking is loveless, and I'm still hungry. Instead of getting mad that I didn't eat anything, he asks me, alright, what would you like? I asked if he could make me a cheeseburger and fries. None of that essence of burger shit. An actual cheeseburger. I guess the nostalgia of putting the fries in the bag changed this man, because he was smiling. I took a bite, and guys, it was the best burger I ever had in my life. I told him this. Then, out of sheer delusion, I ask, can I have this to go? He says, sure. I leave the building and I get on the Coast Guard boat. I pop up a YouTube video on how to drive a boat, because I've never been on one. I work at Subway. I don't have the money for, but that's besides the point. I skip through it, I get the gist of it, and I sail away, hoping I can find a boat and ask for a ride later. I put on a life vest just in case. I turn around and see the island catch on fire. I eat the last cheeseburger this man will ever make, and I uninstall Tinder. And that's the story of the one time I almost got killed because of Tinder. If I had a Bumble creator code, I would plug it here, but I don't. So instead, can you guys do me a favor and like and subscribe? Thank you.